Okay, I picked up this nice little car back at Charlotte show earlier this year, and I'm checking it out, checking make sure the brakes are good and everything, and then I see that they had a problem one time with a wheel stud, and they corrected it. But then I'm looking and I see that two wheel studs are stock size and two wheel studs are extra long, so God knows what that's doing with the balancing. So I'm going to show you the quick and easy way of changing it, as long as you can get the stud out, from making sure there's enough distance here. You can use a heavy hammer to knock them out, but I'm sure you're not doing any justice to the bearing. So the best thing to do is to use like a air tool like this and then knock it out, and then I'll show you how to get the other one back in. Okay, what I did is I put one of the wheel lugs on the stud, and then I drove it out with the air tool. You don't want to use a tool that's a little bit larger than the item that you're pushing on. That way you can slide around a little bit and knock it out. If you try to use one that's the same size as the stud, then what will happen sometimes is it'll actually mushroom out the end of the stud. But it depends on how good you are with your tools. So after you get it loose, and you just go ahead and take it out, and you get your correct replacement one, and then spray a little bit of WD-40 on the spline to help it get in there, and maybe a little bit on the hole itself without getting oil all over the brake lining, and slide it in from behind. And what I use is, the best thing I'd say to use is a hardened washer. These are hardened washers that I keep around. Slide that on over there. Turn the wheel nut around so that the tapered part's not pushing on the washer. So now you got it flat, and then you get it up on there. And you got the oil on there right before you start. Maybe put a little bit more on. Then you're going to use an air gun, but not. You want to tone it down a little bit with the impact gun. You don't want to have it turned up the whole way, because you don't want to snap the lug off or do something silly or snap your axle. It's just a regular Chicago pneumatic. Watch it. Make sure it's going. A little bit more. I'd say that's it. Take the nut off. Looks fine. Wipe it a little bit. And then I got, so that's 3 that are the stock length, and then 1 more that's incorrect, and hopefully that'll be it. I'm sure it's going to help the balancing of the wheels.